Hello, Elizabeth Ellis here with Phoenix Rising Signals Incorporated, and I'm looking at the market, Euro USD. Looking to see what type of action is going on here and what my options are. Looking at the 1, 5, and 15-minute charts. May even use a higher time frame chart to make sense out of these lower time frames if necessary. Looks like we are possibly trying to I want to say uptrend, but I can see how, if I zoom out here, I can see how the market is behaving right now, and I can see whether this is typical of past performance or not. And it's not, because you can see how long, for example, how long the market moved sideways right here, which was a good portion of time from 1800 to let's just say 2000. So for about 2 hours. And so that's if I look here, let me pull up my times and just verify real quick. And it really doesn't take long to do this. I think when I try to look at these times from the browser with Google Drive, Google Docs, there may be a little bit of a catch where it'll kind of snag up, but let's see. So basically from like 10 o'clock this morning to 2, in other words, or to 12. In other words, you had to be up early this morning in order to possibly take profit on some nice situations. Now I remember seeing this breaking out this morning, but I wasn't sure how that was going to last, how long it was going to last, because I just wasn't sure, because the 15 was hanging down and the 5-minute was also hanging down. But this really isn't about a review. I just wanted to look back and check that, because I'm looking at the overall market. I know there was a little bit of news today, and that would have actually been good for 4 trades and be done for the day. And let's see here. And even a top to short was good. I came in here maybe about, let's see, 1, 2, 30 to 45 minutes later, and so this makes a little bit of sense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. This market has hit a resistance level, and okay, initially I was looking at this to possibly as a possible short, but then I know I remember saying that this market could possibly well, I remember thinking at least that this market could you know, looks like it could potentially raise prices, something in those words, and something along those lines. But no, typically we would see a buy here as long as the higher time frames are in favor of that, and they're not. So all I really have to do is just find a place to jump in, right? Unless it all of a sudden reverses, and that's possible as well. It's always possible, but you know, the successful trader does not base moves on what supposedly will happen, but reacts to what does. Okay, the successful trader does not base moves on what supposedly will happen, but reacts to what does. So excuse me, I honestly don't really like well, I don't want to limit myself here. I love how the 5 and 15 look. They look excellent, but I feel like I could probably find a better deal. You know, I feel like I could probably find a chart with a clearer direction. So let me see here. I'm gonna draw up my expiry lines. I always do that. It just gives me a visual for like the time, I guess. It's you know, an hour to one person can feel like a totally different experience to another person. An hour to me may feel like 5 minutes, you know, and or an hour to someone else may feel like 5 minutes, but an hour to me may feel like you know, hours. It just depends on the person's perspective, and so these lines and I'm not even sure if I can really explain what they do, how they affect me, but I just like to have them up. I don't really need them, but I am kind of dependent on them at the same time. You know, I mean, a trader can see a setup in the market, a signal, and they can, based off of their, based off the studying that they've done, the reviewing of past performance, right? Based off their understanding of what they think this is about to do, they can take that setup and they can trade it without seeing, lines on their chart. Now, if they sometimes, like, if we were on this very first green candle right here, though, maybe this second red candle, this second candle within these two lines, right? Well, that might impact my decision, actually, because if I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, if I'm feeling at all unsure of what I'm going to trade, the direction I'm going to trade in, seeing that it's still early within this expiry, within this trade, that I still have plenty of time, I may go ahead and, give myself permission to take that time rather than feeling an urgency. So maybe that's what it does, is it kind of helps to pace me, kind of helps me to, get a rhythm or get in rhythm with the market. And anything that can help a trader to do that, right? To get in sync with the market and not to rush. Anything that can help a trader not to rush, it's going to help a trader make better decisions. Now, there are times to act now, but for the majority of for the majority of trading, it's going to be a non-rushed experience. You're going to, a lot of times, sit patiently. So, looking at Euro JPY, and I can see that we're in a downtrend. So, the question is, obviously we've been in this downtrend, so we're not just breaking out. We're not just starting this downtrend. This downtrend is not just beginning, right? Look at that. That's just beautiful, right? From the top left to the bottom right, it is just pretty much just dropping. And it's, put a few shelves in here. There might have been a little bit of glitch and confusion in here, but then boom, shelf, boom, shelf. And so right here, we're looking at this, and there is some type of support in the area, because I don't normally trade. Well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is a new line. So it would have been nice, though, if that line was already there and I was just happening to come over to this chart, and from past performance from previous days where I had looked at this, if that line was there and we're sitting at it right now, well, then we could be in a position to buy at support, which, that would be excellent, right? So it still looks like honestly, it still kind of looks like a possible buy. This pattern is Excuse me. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for something that I should actually have more easily accessible for sure. But I just switched something up really just in the past week, and then added another layer to it yesterday. So I have, like, instead of one now, I'm working with 3, and I need to have all 3 of these. So, but as you can see, the 1 minute is currently popping up. Now, is it breaking out or not? That's the question. Is it breaking out, or is this just simply a retest of the resistance level? Every single time I see it, it's like this, it scrolls. Maybe I can do it like this. Let's try this. Okay. All right. So, So let me see here. It's really hard to tell if this one is trying to reverse or not. Excuse me, it possibly could be, but I'm not really seeing it clearly on these higher time frame charts. So I'm thinking more like this is going to, I really don't want to give an opinion or even have an opinion on this. I just simply want to react to what it does, and that's it. I want to be able to identify, yes, this is what this is doing, and I'm just reacting to it. Whether this thing's going to go up or down, I really don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I can easily say, I think this is going to go down, right? Or I think this is going to go up. But right now, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I can see that we are doing something here at support, you know. Doing something here at support. This, this bounce is so low that it's possible this candle could have been the breakout right here, the entry for a good number of trades. However, I don't want to jump the gun on a breakout for sure. According to this 15-minute chart, actually, it's not going up. It's going to continue to drop. Now this bounce looks pretty strong on the 1 minute, and the 5 minute is supporting it. So this could actually take a majority of the time that's remaining for these 15-minute expiries. It's 2:21 in the afternoon, so there is 3 expiries left: the 30, 45, and the top of the hour. And so when I say that it could take up a majority of the expiries that are remaining, what I'm saying is that this pop-up, whether it's actually a breakout or not, but again, that 15, I don't believe that 15 is saying buy. It's not ready yet because it's not ready yet. So this is going to be a temporary move, and it could bounce like right here where you have 2 of these and then breaks. Okay, so I'm just watching, and the 5 minute. The 5 minute, honestly, it's a little bit. Actually, the 5 minute is saying buy at the same time that the 1 minute said buy, and the 15 is giving it permission. So even though I'm not seeing a buy signal, I am seeing permission, and price did jump, obviously, right? So question becomes, which direction am I going to trade this in? Am I going to wait for the 15, which just backed up a little bit, and go with the with this higher time frame, or am I going to react to what's going on mostly right now on these shorter time frames, or what it's most likely to do just a little bit out? We are still negative trending. As a matter of fact, I would like to sell this right here. The only thing is this 5 minute. Now it's got about a 1:30, 2 o'clock angle. It's not straight up. So I'm going to get this signal ready, which honestly, I feel that sending that signal would already be the better option. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I know this could be against my better judgment, but And honestly, I'm not even in a position to enter these trades right now. My broker, I'm not going to blame my broker. Never mind. I'm not going to mention them. So let's just see how long it takes me. I may not even get in these trades, but as long as my signal followers make some profit on this, if they're able to catch this as well, then there is a possibility for that to happen. So let's see what this is doing. If this thing is going to break, it's doing it very slowly, so it's actually giving me a little bit of time to possibly get into this. Price really hasn't moved much in the past 2 minutes, so it has me wondering if support is holding at this level. I'm going to go ahead and get into this. And I can see that price is moving a little bit to the upside here. Let me check my chart again. Okay. So this, yeah, I can actually see a reversal in the making if this is ready to break out on these higher charts. But the question is it ready to do that? And I don't believe it is. If you remember, I said that the 15 was not ready and the 15 was not saying buy. So I'm just going to go with that, and I need this to drop. I have about a minute and 30 seconds left, and I need this to drop about, well, unless this thing is lagging, it should definitely be in the money, but the chart is showing, or the platform is showing me that I'm losing right now, but I don't see how that's possible unless this chart is lagging, unless there's some kind of discrepancy here between one of these, one end of this. These should be in the money. Definitely in the money. Y'all see that big red candle, right? So I entered way up here. There's no way this can be losing. There's no way. So I'm just going to give this the time that it needs to load up for me real quick so I can just double check this. I'm laughing because wow. Something about that spread is not right. Something about that is not right because I entered right here on this candle. Wait, let me double check. Actually, that was when I sent the signal. But I didn't get in until 2 minutes later. It doesn't matter. At the 26, we still should have won. So I don't exactly know what it is that's going on with that, but so be it. So be it. I'm not gonna argue, over this. Okay. Yeah, I get it. And sometimes that does happen. Whenever I'm switching between one currency market and another one, and I'm looking at the Euro JPY chart, and I just traded the Euro USD chart. So that's an easy way to give the broker your money, an easy way for me to give the broker my money, because I've done that before, and that needs to be a rule that I'm very clear on not repeating, not breaking. Simple things like that really, those are the kind of losses that really bother me sometimes, but well, the good thing is that the 15-minute is not ready to buy. So the 15-minute is not ready to buy, so there's a possibility that these other trades may close in the money. See, when you see a big discrepancy and it's like there's no way something's not right, yeah, it's easy to find out what that is most of the time, right? So this 5-minute chart on Euro USD looks like it's ready to break out to the upside potentially, but it's being held down by the 15 and the 30 and these higher time frames. So I typically like to stick to one market, and You know, accidentally taking a trade on the wrong broker is a good reason to do that. So we have about 10 minutes left on the higher time frame charts. Nothing I can do about that mistake except for just to learn from it at this point. Well, I'm not sure how long that was on mute, but we are currently in the money. This is still going to be a profitable trade. So a profitable signal, 2 out of 3 is still profitable. Anything above 50%, and anytime you get to 50%, it's harder to have profit. It's going to really depend. It's really dependent on your money management at that point, and at any point, but especially when you get to lower percentage, lower win rates. So we are deep in the money on Euro JPY, as well as still being in the money on Euro USD. Isn't that amazing when you really think about it? How for all the mistakes that a trader can make, right? For for all the losses that a trader can have, for all of the gaps in knowledge and gaps in experience that can exist for a trader, and all the potential for mistakes that are out there. Even with the mistake that some mistakes still turn out to be profitable, right? That's exactly what we're seeing right here, and it's not a total loss. So that's pretty amazing when you really think about it, because this could have been a total deduction, and it could have been an expense, a trade that or a signal that ended up costing traders rather than adding to, rather than increasing them and benefiting them. It could have taken away from them. So I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for that, and just really thankful for that, So we have about 5 minutes left on this. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call, but that's good. So this is over, and that's profitable. So I'm going to close out this video, and I will see you on the next session. Bye for now.